Hello and welcome back to High Ground MTG. I'm your co-host Kai Guy here with Spiny Mouse for another episode of the Spindown. How you doing tonight? Obviously, I have a lot of energy tonight.
Yes you do. Yes you do. I'm doing great. Just as a reminder, friendly reminder for everybody out there, please look down below this video and hit all those buttons down there, the like, the subscribe, the comments, give them all, and we will very much appreciate it. We love hearing what you have to say and knowing that you love these videos.
That's right. Don't forget to click that bell icon so you are alerted to every time we upload a video.
Which, speaking of, is a lot more recently.
That's right. We talked about it on the last Spindown episode, but we have adjusted the way we are uploading content, and we have been splitting up our videos into shorter one match per video. If it is your fancy, I just finished a league with Modern Humans, which you can find over here somewhere up here. Put the annotation in there, will you?
Get that in post. Yeah, so we're going to be trying that out a little bit. I am officially back from my bit of a hiatus there. Finally got my computer doing what it's supposed to do, so I'll be having some videos coming out as well. I'm going to be playing the, the lovely mono white Eldrazi Taxes, featuring the new Skyclave Apparition, because that card is amazing.
So I was thinking about it today, and does it feel like Skyclave Apparition is kind of almost like Oko, in the sense that like whatever you hit, it kind of gets elked or illusion?
Well, I mean, I guess
insert Bluth image here.
Yeah, right. I guess if you are, if you're doing it the fair way, sure, that's a thing that happens. If you're doing it my way, then you get nothing. And that's
even worse. Even worse. The card is super annoying. Every time I play against them, I'm just like, I hate this.
Yeah.
Anyways, but we're not here to talk about how annoying Skyclave Apparition is. No, we have a different topic for you.
We sure do. A very important, very big topic.
Very big, very important. Huge, big time, huge topic.
Get out of
here. We want to talk about what were we going to talk about?
Net decking.
That's right. Net decking versus homebrews, and how we feel about it as casual spikes, how we feel about it as content creators, and and how those kinds of things balance for us here on the channel. So why don't we jump with your opinion there?
I mean, honestly, I have to say, like, I'm surprised that this is even still coming up. I don't know that I've ever heard someone in person be like, you shouldn't net deck. I don't like, it doesn't make any sense to me at all. You know me.
You don't make sense, man.
That's probably true. You know me though. Like, I love to brew. I like to make random decks. Like, I do all sorts of stupid things. It's great. But like, I don't care if someone else net decks. Like, not everyone enjoys that part of the game. Some people just enjoy like getting into a specific deck and tuning it and doing that part. And some people just like love picking up, this deck works, it's good, I'm gonna play it, it's gonna do what it's supposed to do, and I don't have to think about it. Not like, I'm not thinking about it, but like, they don't have to think about like making the deck itself. They can pick up a piece and it works. It's good.
Absolutely. I've been thinking about it, and I've been thinking about like, I wonder if net decking is dependent on what format you primarily play. I think if you're like a commander player, like net decking isn't like if somebody net decks like an EDH deck, then it's kind of like
I mean, EDH rec is a thing. Like, people use that too,
But I think for like our favorite format, Modern, best format right now in Magic,
ever,
and always, I think it's great to have that because people have put in work. People have made established archetypes. Like, there's a reason that like these things exist, and then it's up to the pilots to tune what they want and how to attack certain metagames. So I think like having the bones of a deck is really important, because it saves you from putting in a bunch of work, or like if you take it through leagues, you like not losing ticks, or you know what I mean. So
Yeah,
I honestly think that net decking is great. And if you want to homebrew, like no one's gonna like, hopefully no one's gonna persecute you for like homebrew decks, So
I'm going to.
you're a monster.
True. And I think, I mean, it's funny too, because I think I'm a brewer.
So funny.
But like even if I'm gonna go and brew a deck, like the first thing I'm gonna do is go online and like search up other people's ideas that they've already used, and start combining those and taking things and like, because like the work's already been done. Like why would you do it again? Like why would you go and like do that search when you can just find things?
I think that's half the fun of Magic too. Like, I remember when we were kitchen tabling, and like I was like, oh yeah, I just want like every single goblin that has ever existed into this deck. And then you kind of like, and you jump online and you start looking at things and you look at really weird things, and then you like start fine-tuning things and you start seeing decks that have won, and then you start winning and you're like, oh yeah, like this is much better. It's just more efficient, and it's just more fun to like, at least for me, like to have that level of consistency. I think that's a big thing that you get when you net deck,
Absolutely. But I think it also comes down to like different people have fun with different things. Like and there's no reason to be like your fun isn't fun. Like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. You can't be like, you filthy net decker, you're not.
And honestly, like who is saying this? Like I know it's going around the internet again. I know it's like a big thing for whatever reason, but I honestly don't even know where it came from or why people are talking about it again. Like it just seems to pop up every once in a while. Someone says something dumb, and then the community gets all their feathers ruffled.
I think it kind of lends itself to like the idea of meta decks versus jank decks, and I don't know if it's like meta players that lose to jank get like super upset, or like or jank players are just like, hey, like how come you're playing meta decks when you could be playing fun jank stuff? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I think there's always like a healthy balance between the two. Like,
sure,
you play D&T all the time.
Sure do.
But like you're always like you're putting whatever like that Winota twist on like your red white Taxus list. Or, you're putting whatever whatever stamp you want to put on it, and I think that's part of the appeal of Magic is like you get to put your personality into the deck. Like I'm messing around with like Blue Moon list, and I'm playing around with Magmatic Channeler in the list, and no one's doing that. That's not like there's not a net deck for that. Like so, like I think that goes with like there's the innovation that you can have within the deck.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just like do what makes you happy. I mean, this is a game. Like this is a game for fun.
Yeah. Ultimately, I think people kind of sometimes forget that. It's
just
like, and it comes down to like, what you're doing. Like for us, I play for fun, even when it's like, I'm not recording content. And I think that those are really fun. But like, I also realize that we are a channel and I want to put content out there. So like, it's modern and modern is a competitive format. And absolutely. I want to know that I have the chops to hang with, the metagame. And well, I guess in this last league, not so much, but like
you tried
knowing what you're up against and knowing like how to play your outs and kind of knowing the tools that are in your deck, that's I think that's pretty important. So
yeah. Well, I think too, like you kind of hit something there as well. Like even if you're not net decking, knowing what's there and knowing the deck of like that people are running and knowing what cards are in those decks, like even if you don't know, like I know exactly your 75, like even if you know 60 out of the 75,
even if you know 32 out of the 74. What? Or the 80 if it's a Yorion deck, who knows?
Well, yeah, there's Yorion. I love Yorion. I need to play another Yorion.
Or deck. If you know the 200 out of the Battle of Wits deck,
Right.
there's different tiers to your knowledge of the metagame.
But like that's gonna help you out a lot. Like in humans, like you're gonna have metal mages that you're gonna want to put down, and like you have to know what you're gonna name with metal. Usually, like you could name a card they've already played, but like generally, like you're trying to name something that they have 4 of in their deck that you don't want them to play. Like you need to know: are you running Exile? Are you running Fatal Push?
Or if it's just like playing around things, like you're like, oh, there could be a lightning bolt here. Well, how do you know that? Like you've like seen it on the net. Like that's I think like even if you're not net decking a deck for yourself, like researching and knowing what is out there is kind of a form of that like extended, right? That the idea of like, knowing what is in the metagame, knowing what are staples, like are you up against a green blue deck? You're probably gonna face Euro. Is there white? You're gonna face Stoneforge. You know, is Apparition. You know, I listen to all kinds of like content creators and I watch all kinds of videos, and you know, it's like, oh, like so they have adopted Maul of the Skyclaves, like in the new taxes builds for, you know, Stoneforge, because it's an auto equip. So like I have to look out for that now, and that gives a creature flying, you know, and so just trying to stay on top of that, you know. It's just about being informed. I think that's ultimately like what it comes down to. And I like knowing, I like having knowledge when I play. I feel a lot better about my lines, and I feel a lot better about my plays, you know, instead of being like caught off guard and then having a case of the feel bads if we get blown out of the water.
Well, it even helps you, I think, too, with your building, right? Like, okay, you're not gonna build a net deck, fine, you know. But then you're also not going to fill your deck with X3s that cost 3 mana, because you know that Lightning Bolt is a well played card in Modern. Like, you know, that's still net decking. That's still like knowing what the meta is, knowing the cards that are out there, and planning for those. Like that's just everyone's doing that.
And even if you build jank, you're still putting in like, I need graveyard hate. I need creature removal. I need because you know, it's all an umbrella thing of like, these are the things, like I need a win condition, like, you know, it's so I wish people weren't so all up in arms about net decking. I ultimately think that it makes you a better player, like we said, and so we're all for it. Not to say that like you shouldn't experiment around and play around with jank every once in a while. Like
it's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. Remember when I played that Shared Fates deck?
You need to play it again. I want to see a whole league with Shared Fates.
Oh God!
Comment down below. Kyle needs to do Shared Fates league.
If you haven't seen that, it's on the channel. Look for the short stack episode.
There's a link somewhere, maybe here, maybe there, over there. It's probably up.
That's right. So, anyways, those are our thoughts on net decking versus not net decking, and kind of our thoughts on meta decks and jank. I think you like your janky decks, where I kind of gravitate more towards meta decks, and I think that's why we balance each other out pretty well on the channel.
Makes us a good team.
So absolutely. So you know, I'm not against janky decks. Obviously, I've played my own fair share, and you're not against meta decks because somehow Death and Taxes is a meta deck.
Yes.
all that waiting is finally coming from tier 1.5.
That's right. So, we're taking the whole thing.
So, anyways, anything else you want to talk about tonight, or?
Yeah. Let's see. What were we going to talk about? We had ideas, we had thoughts, we had plans.
We're going to talk about the new format. Let us know if you us splitting up the videos. It was kind of an experimentation. Spiney's rest of his videos from his D&T list are going to be going up over the next couple of days, so look for those.
My computer is finally working.
Thank you for those technical difficulties. And then I'm practicing with hopefully I'll be playing a Blue Moon build here soon, so I miss Blood Moon. So
it's got to be good right now. It's got to be good with all of those. What are we calling them? Modal lands now? Is that the agreed upon
the
term?
MDFC cards. Yeah. So
MDFC is just too much of a mouthful. I don't like it. I like the modal lands or something more than MDFC.
Right.
Run DMC lands.
Run DMC lands. Anyways.
Yep.
So
so we'd love to know kind of what you think about that. If you love it, if you hate it, if you have
is it easier to watch?
Yeah.
Is it easier? Do videos catch your attention more when it's like, oh, it's this other archetype? I played against a Merfolk player in the last match of my league, and then it was pretty cool because they were great. They were a great pilot, and they spoiler, they crushed me. But they didn't crush me. It was a close game. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of credit.
Yeah.
But I was able to also post that to Merfolk page
right
from Facebook, so people could see it from the other end. But
right.
So
yeah, and that's definitely a fun thing, I think, to be able to see it from the other side. Like I've watched videos where people play against Death and Taxes because I'm just like, oh, I want to see this matchup. Like I don't care about the deck they're playing, but I want to see how Death and Taxes takes it, what it does with it. So. Or other decks that I like.
And if you have a favorite archetype or there's a type of deck that you want to try and see us play, please let us know in the description down below. We kind of gravitate towards the things that we like to play. Also, the cards that we own. So
yeah, right.
that's a big factor. So,
shout out to any sponsors out there looking for some new blood. Just saying. Just saying. Oh man. One day Dragon Shields, one day. Yeah, so what else you got for us tonight, Kai Guy?
I think that's pretty much it. Pretty short and sweet. We just kind of want to, like I said, just talk about net decking, I can't even say it. Anyways, we already talked about it ad nauseum about it. That's right. And the new how we're uploading things. But we don't want this to drag on, so if you have anything else. One last thing. It's probably, if you are still watching, bless you, but please vote. That's
seriously.
We are super proponents of that. Please go out and vote. Please make your voice heard. Please. I hope that you're all registered to vote. If not, please register to vote. I don't know if the timelines have expired by now, but it's important.
It absolutely
make your voice heard.
Absolutely.
Make sure that we have a good new 4 years. So
hint. Seriously. Not sorry for getting political. But people's lives matter. So
It's true. That's very true. We really do give a damn about that. So please vote.
And with that, thanks so much for watching. Once again, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Let us know how much you enjoyed the show. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks so much, everybody.
Bye from the Kai Guy. Hello there. Thank you very much for watching High Ground MTG. We hope that you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to click that subscribe button and check out our playlists for even more videos so that you can have the high ground.